Hello everyone, I'm Caroline and welcome to my home on the hillside here in Wales. I've got a whole unhappy mail video for you today that I think you're going to love. Now I put a few things here so that when you had a quick peek in you could see there was something going on. But I'm going to move them out of the way now so we can start at the beginning rather than halfway through. So the first thing I'll show you is this boring rope. Move those out of the way too, we're finally there. It is a Caldwell RT sash line number 6 wax stand, weatherproof, 12.5 metres. And it's sold as a washing line, but I'm going to use this for some art, some crafting. You imagine putting this around certain things as decor, or you can weave a basket with it. So many things you can do, and it cost me £1. I'll show you there. I got this from the Salvation Army, which is our thrift store or charity shop. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I've got a free bit of some sort of rope. I don't know why. So I was really pleased with that. Any sort of rope or string is so expensive. That was a real bargain. And I do love a bargain, for those of you who know me, you can already know that. I've got these 2 jars. Now, they're lovely. It says Mason jar 1836. I don't think they're really from 1836, but I had these from the charity shop. Now, I've been looking at succulents, and these succulents are not a reasonable price, I don't think. They're lovely, they're artificial, but I was a little bit dubious whether I wanted to pay out that sort of money. I was convinced I could get them from the thrift store if I kept looking for long enough, and I was right. So I got these jars. They were £1.50 each, and this is going to get messy. If I pull it out, I'm not sure whether somebody made these themselves. You can see there's a bit of polystyrene in there. There's a lot of brown moss. So I'm going to take the polystyrene out, throw it away. I'm going to collect all the brown moss. It looks a bit like tea, doesn't it? And I've got myself 3 succulents. Ooh. And some foliage for £1.50. And succulents work out about £1 each, or just over £1, the ones I've found anyway. So I had these for 50p each, plus this little bit of extras on top as well, plus the mason jar, plus lots and lots of messy moss. So, oops, clattering everything. So I got this one. Oh dear, I'm getting in a mess today. This one, as you can see, is already fallen out as well. Exactly the same in this one. So I'm now pleased with the amount of succulents I got. But then I went to the other end of the shame shop and I found more succulents. So let's have a look at those. I got these. And these were 50p. So when you think just these succulents alone will cost me, shall we say, £1? Now, I don't think they're going to come out. I did give them a little tag in the shop. No, they don't want to come out easily, so I'm going to carefully take them out later. Now these, if you look at them, they're a little bit on the luminous side. So I may cover those with a little bit of a darker green, I don't know. I mean, they could look pretty and jolly in some sort of craft, but I think they may be a bit false looking. So I'm going to think about that. And then you've got this one, which looks perfectly serviceable. He looks a bit short, doesn't he? I wonder if it's snapped off. Even so, succulent and a pot for 50p. I'm happy. I'm not happy with the mess though. Ooh. Just use my little... There we go. That's a bit better. So what else did I get? Well, this isn't from the thrift store. I was in Wilkinson's, and they had a rack with all paints 20p, but unfortunately lots of people had beaten me to it, and this was all they had left. And they are emulsion testing pots, but 20p for that much paint. So this one is Feeling Peachy, this one is Plumberry, and this one is Plumberry, and there's another Mulberry there. I think there was another purple as well. Deeply Plum. So you can see a lovely selection of colours there. Now, they're not the sort of colours I would have gone for normally. I may need to put some white in to make them nicer, the sort of thing I would like. But at 20p, I thought, well, I'm going to take them. And you never know. They may come in handy in the autumn for like berry painting. I don't know. Possibly anything, really. Oh, I could even do some really jazzy abstract art with those. The peach, I think, is going to be pretty universal. I'll be able to use that on most things. I got oil blue. Now, why they call that oil blue, I don't know. It's not a very pretty name, is it? And soft pear, which is a beautiful, like an antique white colour. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, £1.40 for all those, which I thought were virtually the price you'd get them from a thrift store, or possibly even cheaper. And they fitted nicely into this, which was from a thrift store. Let's see if I can show you that price tag. That way, 50p. So if I move those where that was, I'm getting myself all cluttered up. I got everything ready at the side of me for my craft video for Friday, and so I'm a little bit full up on my desk at the moment. I like to prep everything well in advance. So I can take this off and change it. I can leave it on there. I can paint it up. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I thought at 50p, I'm sure I'll come up with something for this. It's a bit bent. There we go. Not so bent anymore. So that I thought, well, yep, I'm going to make myself think of something for that. I loved looking at something like this, and then you've got to come up with something creative for it, and I think that's a real challenge. It does your brain good to challenge it from time to time. Right, next we've got this. Now, this was pure indulgence. It wasn't exceptionally cheap, and I don't think I can think of anything at the moment that I can do to upcycle this or recycle it, but it's a little cat at a sewing machine, and I just loved it. I paid £1.50 for this, which is a lot of money for me. Let's see what this says underneath. Oh, not a lot. YU and 8. So I don't think it's anything exceptional. You can see by the quality of the mouldings, it's not something like a Royal Doulton or anything like that. But it is just so pretty. Look at that. I think that will look lovely if I just pop it on my dresser. I got a pine dresser called Betty, and I think that would look lovely on Betty just as it is. But I may come up with a project to put it into. I don't know yet, but I couldn't resist. Look at that face. Right. Oh, sorry, what a clatter. I got this, and it was originally £15, reduced to £5, reduced to £1, my favourite price. Now, I think if you look inside, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you, there's like a flex that's been cut here, and this looks like the holder for an electric bulb. So I think at some point, either this was electricity. Ah, yes, it was. You can see there's a permanent hole there for the flex or the wire to go through. I don't know if I'm going to turn it back into being an electric one. I may just jazz it up a little bit. I would imagine too there was glass on this, and that's why it's so substantially reduced, because it's now broken. But that is going to look wonderful. I'm thinking of putting some greenery around it too. And I'm not really sure how far I want to go with upcycling this, because I think it's a standalone piece as it is. But I will probably put something in here. Oh, I could put a succulent in. Will it go? No, won't fit in. I can't put that one in. But oh, there we go. I could make it into a little terrarium. That would actually look quite good, wouldn't it? Put that one in as well. Oh, yes. Now that's a thought. I could put some plants in. Right, I will leave the plants in to remind me of that idea, just in case I forget. And let's have a look what else I've got. I picked this up for 50p. Whenever I see anything like this, I pick it up for 50p. That's not a chip. It's actually from the manufacturing process. It must have got dented because it's actually glazed. And it's got a pattern on. It's nice enough, but I'll be painting over this and using it as a riser for something like a mason jar. Or a model. Well, it'll probably be neither of those, but that's what I'll be using that for. So always, I see them, I pick them up. Now I'm going to show you my happy mail. Oh, I've got lots more of my thrift haul yet, but I thought you might like to see my happy mail. And this is from Laura Furchess, and her channel is Tinkering Twins and their mom. And she does scrapping. And it's always interesting to see what people find when they're out scrapping. And she says, these cards were made by my brother. His bird photos are stunning. So let's have a look at her brother's stunning bird photos. Exciting. Oh, wow, look at that. I'm not quite sure what bird that is. I'm not very good with my birds. Possibly a wren. And that's apple or pear blossom. And does it say? It doesn't say what bird it is. Let's have a look on the back. Ah, look at that. Silly me. It's a yellow-rumped warbler. Photo by Albert Rose, Whidbey Island, WA. Not sure what WA is. Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh, it says for you, for a daily bird in your email inbox, subscribe to my free list by dropping a note with your name and address to rose@albertrose.com. Sorry. Very pretty. Oh, thank you so much, Laura. But let's have a look what's in the box too. It's not just a card. Just have a quick drink of my glass of water. I know how to live it up. Excuse me. Now, this was packed with some paper. I have had a look at the paper, but I haven't had a look at this because I always find this interesting. Oh, dear. Now, if you're from the States, you probably, oh, I've seen this a million times. It doesn't interest me at all. Because I'm from the UK, I love looking at this sort of thing. It's from January the 10th, 2021. And it's got like a sale and Fuki, Verena homes for the elderly, now accepting people, and some talk about COVID, some sport, bathroom sale. So if ever I get anything like this, I like to have a quick look through the papers. And also, if you need paper for any of your crafting, then it's very useful. And if you just like the scrunch of papers, then you can always give it a good scrunch before you put it in the bin. But I want to have a look through that, so I'm going to keep that and have a look at that this evening before I go to bed. So let's get back to the box. Ooh. Now straight away I can see some fabric. And there's something wrapped in the fabric. Oh. So let's have a look. Oh, what beautiful fabric. Joy and candy canes and Christmas tree. There's a lot of it. Oh, there's more fabric inside. Oh, look at that. Cotton candy peeps, my two favourite things in the world. I love peeps. If any of you have heard me talking about anything when we get onto food, sometimes on our other channels, live show, peeps are my absolute favourite, as they do draw though with cotton candy, and these ones are cotton candy flavoured peeps. Oh, thank you so much, Laura. You know how to put a smile on my face. There's 10 of those in there. Should we have a little look? Some people are not sure what peeps are. Not in the US, but in the UK, some people have never seen them. I open them up. And then they're like little chicks. I'll pull one off. Oh, look at that. And they're marshmallow coated in sugar. And I'll try one and tell you what they taste like. Oh, they're very sugary, very sweet, very cotton candy-ish. Right, I'll put these away quickly, otherwise I'll eat the lot of them. Thank you ever so much, Laura. I love them. You know me and my peeps, I'm so happy. Right, off food and back onto this fabric, which is now covered in sugar. So let's have a look what we've got. Oh, isn't that stunning? That is the perfect fabric for spring. I love that. Summer too, but I think spring is just that new vibrant green that all the greenery is when it first starts to come out, rather than it goes darker through the year. So I love that. That's wonderful. Very spring-like. And oh, look at this. Whoops. Oh, that's such fun. Oh, look, it's millions and millions of penguins. And there's a Santa penguin. Aha. Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh, yes, that is going to be such fun when I'm doing my Christmas in July. So if any of you haven't heard, I'm doing Christmas in July, where I'm going to try to do a Christmas-themed craft every day for the whole month of July. And so these will come in very useful, and it would be great if you could come along and join me for that. If you subscribe, then you'll get to know when I put out my Christmas in July videos. Right, we got this one then, which says joy and Christmas trees, and there's a lot of this. Wow. Oh, this plant is everywhere. Oh, now there's plenty there to make something quite substantial with, or to make lots and lots of little things. Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh, Laura, thank you so much. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect for my Christmas in July. I love it. And I love my card. And I love my peeps. So thank you. I really enjoyed that Happy Mail. It was wonderful. I do think my favourite's got to be these very funny penguins. They're so fun and so cheerful. Right, let's get back to the haul. And the next thing I've got isn't, well, how do I explain what this is? It's a 2022 week to view calendar. And it cost £4, but I didn't pay £4 for this. I didn't pay £1, which is my favourite price. I didn't even have this in a bargain bucket for 10p. There was a new card shop that opened up, and outside were boxes and boxes of things, and the gentleman came to the door and said, anything you want from those boxes, absolutely free. Well, I couldn't resist. So I got this. This is going to be perfect for putting in all my notes for crafting, any ideas, any things I need to get, that sort of thing. And I can keep a track on things. They did have smaller ones this size, and I've taken that upstairs to start writing in. I can't see it down here. And I got one of those, and now I wish I'd got a lot more, because there were just loads of them there. The gentleman wanted them cleared, and they would have been perfect for little book stacks. But even so, I've got one big one, one small one, and they'll be very useful. But that's not all I found in those boxes. I also found this. Busy Bees 2022 calendar, and it's got the most amazing pictures in it. Well, I'll turn it over to the back. We can have a look there and see all 12 pictures in one go, and they all got pictures of bees on various flowers. So isn't that lovely? And when you think, absolutely free, and these are ideal for either using in a journal, an art journal. You can put them, I put that there, you can put this in a frame, and then you can just put the bit you wanted in a frame. Oh, the possibilities are endless with this sort of thing. You can cut bits out and use them as decoupage. I think it's lovely on here to see their little faces. Look at that. Don't think it's written on here what that is. That looks almost like a hummingbird moth. Don't know if it is, but it looks like one. Right, so that were the selection of things I had for nothing. Always a wonderful price. And let's have a look what else I got. I got this. And this was £1, and it's from IKEA, and it's a Slatult or something similar. And there are 4 pictures. They're stickers, I think. So let's open them up and have a look. I don't think they're prints, but at £1 I decided I was going to take them because they're going to be so beautiful to use on my summer art. You know, I think they may be magnolias, which would technically make them spring. Let's have a look. Oh, I think they're stickers. I think they've been die cut. Yep. Oh, look at that. That. I'm going to be able to decorate things with these. So if there are 4 sheets, then there are 8 actual magnolia blooms and some twigs. So, well, can you see the size on this? Let's have a look. It is rather enormous. It's 12, about 18 inches that way by about 14 inches that way, roughly. So they're quite substantial. I'm going to have a lot of fun with those. I can't wait to get started. They've even got a nice, like, satin sheen rather than be glossy. Right, next we have some chopping boards. Now, chopping boards are so versatile. You can decorate them as a decorated chopping board, or you can use them as bits of wood. You can use them for the ends of shelving. Now, I can't use anything like that, any of these for the ends of shelving, because there's 3 different sizes. But at £1, doesn't that look like an artist's, oh, I'm not sure what you call it, a palette, artist's palette. I think that's bamboo. There's this one which is very old and tatty, but that's not a problem. And I was thinking that will probably make a lovely sign rather than decorate it up as a chopping board, because it's a bit suspect to have cracks in your chopping board, but a sign that's made of individual planks is not a problem. So I'm probably going to use that for a sign. And then there's this one that really needs a rubbing down. But I've got my sander now, so I can sand that off and it'll look lovely. It's quite good on that side. Still a few watermarks. So the 3 of those for £1. Well, you can't go wrong, I think, when it comes to crafting. I'm very pleased with those. 20 minutes, and I think we may actually get this video done within the 30 minutes. I do struggle some weeks. Now, I got these for 50p a pack. I don't know whether I overpaid for them, but I've never seen them before. And so I thought, well, that's £1 for the 4. Take them out. Then I think I'm okay. Little cherubs. Now, this one's been, I don't know if it's been re-glued or whether just the original glue's gone a bit gammy on it. Oh, I think it's the original glue's gone gammy because it's on both of those. And let's have a look at these ones. Yep, same on that. So I got 4 little cupids, 2 playing mandolins and 2, I don't know, dancing, proclaiming, they're doing something. So those I think are going to be very pretty, especially for Christmas. I may be able to use those on things. Also on sort of shabby chic, I think they'll be fine, anything like that. So there's my ruler gone. They are about 2.5 inches tall. So 25p each. Yep, I'm pleased with those. I got a crate. I don't know if you saw my latest video where I made 3 things, and one of them was some milk bottles in a crate that I turned into a herb vase display or vase display. So I could do something similar with this, but I'm wondering if I could put plant pots in there. Now, as it is, I do have some plant pots here ready for doing things with, so no, they're too big. I'd need smaller ones. That's far too small. So I'll come up with something to put in there. That was £1. It's from Wilko. Really useful kitchen stuff. 6 milk bottles, but there were no bottles. It was just the frame. But I'm happy with that because it makes me, again, challenges me to find something I could put in it. Just a thought. I've got my string here. I've only got 2 colour strings at the moment. I'm slowly building a collection of colours of string. And so I could actually have it as a little carrier to keep all my variety of string in, couldn't I? That would be too easy though. I want a challenge. I want to do something exciting with it. So I'll probably come up with something else. So let's pop that there and I'll show you this. Now this is fresh off the press. As you can see, it's really grotty. I've emptied some of the soil out of there. But it's a bunny. It cost me £1. And look at that. Look at that cute little face. Look at that cute little face. Isn't it lovely? So this little bunny is going to be perfect for an Easter decoration. I'm going to, well, I could put a wreath of, let me see, no, I haven't got anything I can put around him here. I could put a wreath of foliage around, stand him on a little riser that I make. Oh, I could put some succulents around him or in his little pot. Succulents are the theme of the day because I've got so many of them are surrounded by succulents. Now this carrot, I'm not sure if it was always on there or whether and fell off and they glued it. You see some hot glue there? Or whether they added it later. It does seem to be the same material and I think that was glued on too. So I think it was probably there originally, but looks like he's sitting on it, doesn't it? Plus he is. Plus he's supposed to be resting on a carrot. So that, I think, is just, I got that for the fun value. I think that's going to make a really happy, jolly, either Easter project or just spring project. That I'm going to enjoy playing with and figuring out what on earth I could do with it. Oh, just to show you the bottom. It's nothing special. Right, I got this. And this was £2. It was originally £5.99. Now, I've been trying to collect some string, but this I've been thinking about getting raffia. But I haven't bought any yet, and then I found this, and it's supposed to be a raffia weaving kit. Make a circular mat, bowl and 4 coasters. 4 colours included. And a tapestry needle and instructions. So I haven't had a look in here yet to see what is in here. But that's unused. Something's been used. Right, that one is probably unused. That's unused. That's unused. Another unused. And another one. Now this must be from this one, I'll assume. And then I've got a book that teaches me how to do it. And is this the darning needle? Oh yes, it's even got the darning needle. So I don't know whether I'm going to weave these. I could do. suppose they say it's easy, so I could give it a try, but I want to use this raffia for other reasons, so I'll probably hang on to it and use it for something else instead. But there's no ident. Oh, it's from Aldi's. There we go. It's an Aldi's kit. So for £1.99, I'm very pleased with the amount of raffia I got there. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. And like this raffia is so versatile. You can just get yourself a jar of scruffy moss, and then you can just tie a little, whoops, bow around their neck, like that. Now that's only something simple, but doesn't it change? Just a plain jar. And that's just the beginnings of the sort of things you can do when you decorate your items with raffia. So we'll move the raffia out of the way, and I'll show you. Ooh, it's wooden, and it cost me £1. And it's this wooden tray. Now, I reckon this is vintage. I don't think it's antique by any means, but it's definitely vintage. And it's a lovely colour, and the wood here, look at the grain on that. If I show you it closely, it's absolutely stunning, isn't it? It's got the darker and the lighter stripes. I love this. Now, I'm torn. My problem is that I'd like to put a mosaic in the bottom here, using up a lot of blue and white pottery shards I have. But the problem is it's so lovely without doing that. Plus, I think it would look really nice if I put a piece of paper in here, a decorative paper. Or it would look nice if I painted the inside white and put a stencil on here. So there is so many things. I needed to buy 10 of these. I've got so many ideas that I could use this tray for. What would you use this tray for? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know the decision you would come to. If so far you've enjoyed this video, I would really love it if you could give me a like. Press the like button on the video, and that way then it just tells YouTube that people like what they're watching, and they'll show more people these haul videos, and that way then we get more people joining us. Always a good thing. The more the merrier. So I'm stuck. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to commit myself now because I haven't got a clue which way I'm going to go. I think the colour of this wood, quite often I whitewash things, but I don't think I'm going to whitewash this. But the nicer wood is this. So I don't want to cover this. I suppose I could paint the outside white and leave that as it is, perhaps put a wax on it. What do you think? What do you think is my best way forward with this tray? And I could put some succulents on it. Yes, I'm talking about succulents. Oh, we could, oh, look at that. We could rest some on there with some of these beautiful little branches with some moss falling everywhere. Oh, and we could even put a tin of paint on there too. Look at that for well laid out. No, that is not what my final thing is going to look like. It just gives you an idea though. Doesn't it make it look interesting? You can pile this with dressmaking fabrics and some threads and your scissors and a pincushion. It would look wonderful like that. Fill it with plants. You could fill it with just things from the kitchen, some nice crockery, some pretty glassware. You can fill it with soft toys if you wanted to. And it would look really nice as a display item. Right, but at the moment it's going to display my succulents as I say thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you, Laura, for that wonderful happy mail, and don't forget to hit that like button. I'll see you all next time. Friday it'll be when I have my craft video coming out, but until then, don't forget, have fun. Bye.